I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for ghosts, eternal with ghosts, I need to know everything.
Awesome. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Fernando Petty here with UVO Group right here in the UVO studio. I'm joined today with my co-host, Alan Kantarovich, and we have a special guest today.
Yeah, how's it going?
Clayton Stark.
Yeah, nice.
With Summit Auto Lab.
You got
Summit
it.
Life Auto Lab.
Summit Auto Detailing, Summit Auto Lab, and Summit Life.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. I was telling him a minute ago, I was like, dude, when you told me your name and you put it in the group chat.
Yeah.
I was like, I watched his videos last year.
You told me that.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit. It was the F430, the Ferrari that you had. Yeah. So that's cool that you're doing big things.
Yeah, it's been a long time, long hustle.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So is that how you got started, with just in the detailing business?
Well, so it's hard to say where I started from.
Yeah.
But I'm not from Utah originally. I moved out here in I don't know, like 8 years ago, in the hopes of opening a business, and I had no idea what that was supposed to, or what that was going to entail.
Yeah.
I started washing windows, like home window washing company.
Yeah.
Did one house, I hated it, so I quit that the next day, and I sat down and was like, well, I'm starting a business so that I can earn money so that I can buy cars.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm like, let's do something around cars, you know. So then I started detailing them. I don't mind detailing. I think it's very therapeutic and fun. So I just went for it.
Dude, first of all, it is. I know that for a fact because that was one of my first businesses, was a detailing company.
Oh, nice.
So when I was 17, I got into the automotive industry, selling cars, stuff like that. I actually started when I was like 14, going to public auto auctions. So my brother and I were like buying and selling, we were curbing cars at like 15 years old. It's crazy, right? And we got into the auto industry, and I loved the sales aspect of it. And so I ended up opening a dealership when I was like 19.
Sad.
And we didn't do too good. I was so irresponsible with the money. I was an idiot, you know. But from the dealership, it allowed me to make enough money to purchase a van through an auto auction and buy the equipment and start a mobile detailing company. Yeah. And that thing started to make money. Like, I was making like $375 a day at like 19. I had a contract with a couple dealers. Yeah. This is back in like 08. And then as soon as the market hit for the auto industry, you know, the lending, like they stopped lending on certain IRS numbers, and the dealership started going down. And then the contracts for the detailers for my company, we started losing them. Dealers were like, we're not paying for you to come wash cars anymore. But I was like, damn, man, like this is a cool little business. So I kind of let that slide, and I actually still have all the equipment. Like, so if you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you.
Actually, depends on what equipment. Equipment's hard to get nowadays.
Yeah. No, I have a really nice. I think it's a Landa pressure washer. Okay. It's a really big one. It's mobile. You can hook it to a truck. Sure. I got a bunch of hoses. I got a carpet extractor.
Yeah, I'll buy the extractor.
I got two. I got a mobile one.
I'll buy both.
And I got a big ass one. Crazy strong one. Like,
for a shop.
Yeah, and this one you can do like industrial. You can do like big apartment buildings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like a real like carpet cleaner.
Yeah, gotcha. Massive one. But I got all that. So that went nowhere. Yeah. But
you know what's up though.
Yeah. What's up?
I said, you know what's up.
Yeah,
the business is sick.
Dude, I learned it and I loved it. And you're right about therapeutic, because I would go to these auto dealerships and I would like tell them, hey, I'll do your car for $75, you know. And they're like, oh, that's a good deal. Go ahead, you know. Mm-hmm. And they would watch me. What I would do is I would actually take the seats out of the car. And not a lot of detailers did that. And I would like pressure wash the carpets. And they're like, this guy's going all out. I was trying to run the business.
Oh, sure.
But
you're undercutting yourself.
I was totally doing that, right? And I was like scrubbing it, and I was just like, dude, I like doing this. Like it's there. It's like meditative. You know what I mean? Totally. Yeah. So I love doing it. And then getting a piece of shit car and cleaning it up is like amazing.
Yeah, it's cool before and after. That's for sure. Yeah.
But so where are you from originally?
So I'm from Detroit. Originally, like a suburb of Detroit, like 40 minutes outside. So that's kind of where my love for cars started, was in Detroit. Pretty much everyone in my dad's side of the family has been into cars. He loves cars. I love cars. But growing up in Detroit, like all my friends' dads had like classic cars in their garages that they'd like hang out with every night. It's kind of strange culture there, but I loved cars. I would ride my bike to big car shows, big cruises, and check out all the cars. I'd lock my bike up and walk for miles, look at all the cars. And then, just as I continued to like grow up or whatever, I learned that cars are very expensive. So you got to work hard for them. Yeah.
Damn.
Especially if you have good taste. Which
Yeah.
We're not talking Volkswagens over here. We're talking
I had a Volkswagen at one point.
No, that's cool. So what brought you to Park City, though? I mean,
Yeah, so growing up, I loved cars, and then my other passion was skateboarding and snowboarding.
Nice.
And then as I got older, I turned more to snowboarding, and then family trips and everything, we'd always come out here to Utah. So when I decided I was going to drop out of college, I did one semester at college, and I absolutely hated it. So I decided, I decided, all right, if I'm going to make this decision of dropping out, I got to, promise myself that, like, if I'm going to be dropping out, I got to work my butt off to make up for that.
Yeah.
And so I just started hustling, and I was like, well, I want to start a business, a legit one, and I want my odds to be as good as they can be for starting a business, because a lot of businesses fail. Yeah. So at the time, this was like 2012, the end of 2012, beginning of 2013. Yeah. So in Michigan, the economy was still crap. It wasn't very good.
Hold on, pause for a second. Okay, I fucked up. I didn't hit record. However, cameras picked up the audio for the first few minutes, so we're good. We're good.
Fucking guys.
We're good. A technical difficulty, but go on. This was what year was this?
So this was the end of 2012, beginning of 13.
Yeah.
So like I said, I decided I wanted to drop out of school, but I needed to make up for that. So work really hard. I wanted to open a business, and I wanted the best odds of success. So, I'm kind of a guy, I like to be efficient. I like to kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
So I was like, how can I start a business and also be a ski bum? So I decided on Park City.
Yep.
So I moved right out to Utah. I skipped the college town. There's a lot of people my age back then in Salt Lake and Provo.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm just going to hustle. I can't be distracted at this time. So moved straight to Park City and got a job at the resort so I could get a free season pass, snowboard a ton while I built the business. Yeah. But I didn't waste any time. I moved here, and then I think my first paycheck, I bought a motorcycle because I always wanted one. And then my second paycheck, I bought detailing stuff. So.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that's good. So you literally went on your first business. You're still doing it.
Yeah. Well, I did the window washing.
Yeah.
And it was more of like, let's try this. And I hated it instantly. So I don't really count that as a business.
Yeah. But I mean, that's good. You stuck with one solid company.
So this is my first business. And next month, it'll be 8 years.
Holy shit.
Hell
dude.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I started with, it was $500.
Wow. I saw, I think it was your most recent vlog where you guys got a new warehouse?
Yeah. So unfortunately, I've been slacking on my uploads, but that was one of my last uploads. So yeah, I started with $500 and just continued to reinvest pretty much 100% of the business money back into the business. And right now, I'm in the middle of a merger with another company, another detailing company. And in that merger, we're opening a 10,000 square foot shop in the town next to ours in Heber City, Utah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'll have my Park City location where I'll service my Park City clients, and then also the 10,000 square feet in the neighboring city.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, congrats, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Bro. That's pretty cool. Who's the company? Are you allowed to say?
So we're in the middle. We're doing all the due diligence right now and all that, but
well, hold on.
I'm
pretty much no.
No, I'm 99% sure it's going to happen, and I don't mind talking about it. So the business is like a Heber City local business. It's called Swags Detailing.
Okay.
And it's a dad and it's like a family business.
That's cool.
But we've both been just growing exponentially, and they focus more on in-shop detailing, paint correction, like polishing, and then what's called ceramic coating.
Okay.
And then I focus on mobile and then the wraps.
Yeah.
So vinyl wraps and tint and stuff like that. So we're combining our forces, hitting the ground running, and going big.
Wow.
So that's why we're opening the 10,000 square feet.
Holy shit. So let's talk about the cars, because when I was doing detailing, I was making okay money, but I wasn't making enough money to get a Ferrari and a Lamborghini and a Porsche. So, I mean, how did you work up to that? I mean, talk to me about when you first started your company. What were the challenges that you went through? Number one, I'm sure finding clients, right? But how was it like? I mean, talk to me about your first few weeks, few months, first years in the business.
Yeah, so I can tell you my first appointment that was not a friend or whatever, I was so nervous because I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And back then, I mean, in 2012, people forget that YouTube and the resource of the internet is still young. I mean, in 2012, I watched like every detailing video there was, and there was like 8 videos or something. So I was like pretty much just going out there and winging it. And I remember my first appointment was 2 interiors only, and I had a vacuum and some buckets and rags. So I cleaned the whole interior with like elbow grease and water.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what I was doing. But I made $300 that day.
Wow.
It took me all day.
Yeah.
But I spent that $300 and I bought a better power washer, or I didn't even have a power washer. So I bought a power washer, and then I bought some proper chemicals so that the next ones would be easier. And then, it was a snowball, really.
Yeah.
But because I was so nervous and so high risk, I guess, because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't really want it to take off at first.
Yeah, scared.
I was very scared,
Yeah.
and I was very selective with my growth because I didn't want to get over my head right away.
Yeah.
So that was my first appointment. And then after that, I mean, it just kept growing a little bit more. And it really didn't take off. I didn't go full-time self-employed like detailer for 2.5 years. So within those 2 years, I, in order to survive and live, I did my full-time job at the ski resort, which they ended up working me like 50 to 55 hours a week.
Wow.
And then on my 2 days off, I worked another probably 40 hours in 2 days trying to build the business,
There you go.
So that way, like the business money, 100% of that income just went right back in as an investment. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have any kids?
No.
Are you married right now?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I've been married for 2 years next month, and we've been together almost 5 years now.
And she's into cars too, huh?
She's into cars. The craziest story actually is we met on Bumble out here in Utah, but we went to rival high schools in Michigan. So we have mutual friends in Michigan.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, we grew up 15 minutes away from each other, and she loves cars. And she's been running the business for me or with me for the past 4.5 years.
Wow.
So we dated like 6 months, and then she's like, "You need help." So she jumped on the phones and did the office stuff. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
I love that.
That's good. It's funny when you were talking about your first appointment being scared, because you brought back a memory of mine. Like on my first appointment, it was so funny. And you mentioned undercutting yourself. I totally did, right? And I'm like driving around. I'm like, who can I go and hit up? I had passing out flyers at like car lots and dealerships and rental car companies, right?
I did that for a long time.
Yeah, and I was just like pretty much door knocking, just hitting up all these people.
Yep.
And I find this car rental company. They rented out trucks. It was like a specialty company, right?
Sure.
And I went over there and I was talking to him. They said, "Oh no, we have a guy who does all the work for us." And I was like, "Well, I'll beat his price. Tell me what you guys pay, and I'll beat it." And she's like, "Well, he has a pretty big account with us. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but you can do my car." This is a receptionist, right?
Oh, sure.
I'm like, "Oh, really? Like, let's do it." So my wife was with me, and so I'm like, "Where's it at?" She's like, "It's around the back." And I was like, $50, like $50, dude. Full detail, shampoo, everything. Had the chemicals, had all of it, right? I go out there thinking it's gonna be a quick little detail, right? Dude, this car was the worst.
Yeah.
No, those are the worst, the hoarder minivans.
Yeah.
No, this was like an old, I don't know, I think it was like a Jetta or something. But dude, there was like crayons melted in the car seat. Like it was a cloth interior. It wasn't like leather or anything. And we were sitting there like just vacuuming and shampooing. It took like 5 hours to detail this damn car. And after I left, I took the money and I drove off, and I was like, we did the worst job. I thought we did a bad job. Now I look back, I'm like, we did way too good for that $50, you know? But I know what you mean. Like, I was so worried about that. I'm like, damn, what if I charge this low price to get business and I'm only able to do 1 or 2 cars a day because I'm taking so long? It takes a long time to do a proper detail.
Yep.
And I'm just like, there's no fucking way I can make money doing this. Like,
It's a crazy fine line.
Yeah.
You gotta have that value to your customers, but you also gotta make money and grow.
Yeah. And so over time I realized, hey, I gotta do it faster. You know, not spend so much time. Also, not spend as much money. The chemicals I use, I got to use some cheaper chemicals.
Sure.
Dude, I was going to dollar store to buy like Armor All, and like it's like watered down knockoff Armor All. I swear. Yeah. And everything got Armor All.
Yeah.
I think I even Armor All the pedals, which you probably shouldn't do. You know.
No, you definitely don't want to do that. No.
But no, man, I loved it. I thought it was good. You know, definitely therapeutic. But I can see some people making real money right now. I know, Alan, you have a guy that you've been going to. What's his company called?
Steam Team Utah.
Steam Team. They're like in Bluffdale, right?
Nice.
Bluffdale.
I like that name.
Cool,
I've never heard of them.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They do a lot of high-end cars and stuff.
Yeah, my buddy Javier Flores actually owns it.
Okay.
And I've been going there for the last about a year now almost.
So he's got a shop, or does he come to you?
Both, actually. His guy was actually here washing a different car for a different agent here, actually. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm actually washing a car. I'm like, do you want to do mine too?
Oh, nice.
So he came and washed mine up real quick right now.
Sweet.
But cool dude.
But yeah, I mean, so I see him now. You know, I see these companies now, and I'm like, damn, like, what could I have done if I would have stuck to it? Because I'm seeing these guys like actually making a lot of money from these detailing shops.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just or when I moved out here to Utah, you didn't see any detail shops really. There was just a couple. But now, I mean, that industry, the business model or whatever is blowing up.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's because of YouTube and stuff like that? Because I watch some of those videos and dude, they're like, you get engaged very easily.
Yeah. So I think it's a mix between social media, hyping luxury, like luxury cars and everything. So the cars are on more people's minds. Also on social media, entrepreneurship is super hype right now. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, and that definition changes every day, what that actually is.
Yeah.
Most people, they're like, oh, I need to hustle, want my own business or whatever. And then they're also seeing cars every day too on social media. So I think it's social media, the ease of entry for a detail. Like I started $500 bucks, you know?
Yeah.
I think now, I mean, you can start with very little, but you want to do it properly, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, so that's why I think that the business opportunity of a detail shop or mobile detailing is so intriguing right now.
Yeah.
Well, and the good thing about it too is you don't really invest a whole lot, but your time. You buy the chemicals, you buy the power washer, whatever it might be, the rags, and it's all profit. I mean, most of it's. I'm sure it's a good return.
You got really good margins, especially with the mobile. So that's why I started mobile, and I put off getting a shop until about 4 years ago. So 4 years into my mobile detailing business, I got my actual brick and mortar shop. But I was so worried about the margins and everything, so that's why I got into like wrapping cars.
Smart.
So I was like, if I have that rent, I might as well offer these other things, more high ticket items. But yeah, the cost of entry into mobile detailing is pretty small.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, for me, I was like, okay, if I get these higher end cars, I better have good insurance, because what if I like nick the paint or something? You know what I mean? Like those wands on those extractors are heavy duty. You can bang up the paint, you know, if you hit it. You know what I mean?
And it's a fine line too. I mean, when I was growing the business, it was a hustle, and everything was so like the margins, like I was saying. Like I tried to reinvest money in the proper places, and I didn't have a ton to go around. So I chose to not have insurance for a while, which I wouldn't suggest. But I took that risk, and it ended up working out. I've only damaged like 3 cars or something in 8 years. So, and I paid out of pocket for all those. So
just like paint scratch.
Oh, what happened? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was one car where one of my employees was steam cleaning with like a microfiber rag. You'd steam clean the seats. Yeah. And it was a brand new Porsche Panamera, had like 3,000 miles on the car. And he was at the driver's seat, and he just started steaming, and instantly all of the leather disintegrated. It was just like falling apart. Like the whole seat was falling apart. It was really weird. And because we were the ones that did it, obviously we're liable. So the client was out of town as well. So I called the client, explained what's going on, say, I've never seen this happen, and I have never seen it happen again. And I called dealerships and upholstery shops, and they've never even heard of that happening either. So super strange, but it literally, like, you could like pick the leather, like
it was like pleather, you think?
No, I don't know, because the passenger seat didn't do it, the back seats didn't do it. It was just the driver's seat. You could like literally like peel up the color, like wow. It was really weird.
Probably a sick cow.
It was so strange. But that one ended up, I ended up getting really lucky with that. I found an upholstery shop not too far from here, and they were like, "Oh yeah, bring the car down. We'll pull the seat out. We'll unskin it, match the color and perforations perfectly, put it all back together, like $275.
Oh wow!
I was like, done. Yeah, here you go. Like that was great.
And it was perfect. Looked the same.
Yep, looked the same. And the customer obviously was annoyed that there was an issue, but I handled all of it while they were out of town, so they didn't really do anything. So
that's good.
It worked out perfect.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about YouTube channel, because YouTube.
Oh sure,
YouTube
it's another business.
It's doing good.
Like,
you guys got a lot of subscribers, and you've been pushing a lot of content.
Yeah, so YouTube's crazy. So it's another business of mine. So I got the detailing, I got the shop that does the vinyl wraps and the paint protection film at Clearbaugh and tint, and then I got my social media business, and they're all intertwined with each other, which is kind of how I wanted it designed. Yeah. So that way, you know, when I do one good thing for one business, the other ones also benefit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a big mixing pot, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, the social media business is mainly YouTube, with Instagram as kind of like a cherry on top, I guess.
Yeah.
I can put that into deals as well. Like I'll post on Instagram to kind of sweeten the deal. But yeah, we've been doing YouTube for 2.5 years. I should have started a long time ago.
Yeah.
Kind of my story with social media and YouTube in general is when I bought my first fun car for promotional reasons for my business. I went to my first Park City Car Club meet, the same one that we went to last week.
Okay.
The Cars and Coffee. And I parked next to a guy that looked like he was my age and he had a very similar priced car. So I had at that time, it was a 2006, it was a 2007 Porsche Cayman. And I got it for $26,000 or something. And I parked next to a Lotus Elise, which at that time, they were around the same price.
Yeah.
And I got out and I met the kid, and we ended up being very close in age. We both were living in Park City renting rooms, and we both needed a place to store those cars for the winter. So we stored them together. We ended up becoming really good friends. And I was like, oh, I'm building this little detail shop and detail business here in town. And he's like, oh, I videotape cars for fun for YouTube. And I was like, cool, I can help you. I can hold a camera, you know? Yeah. So, and his name is The Strad Man on YouTube.
Oh, I know he is.
Yeah, and he's got, I think it's like 3.2 million subscribers now.
Yeah, he's nice.
So he started his YouTube channel around when I started my detailing company.
Oh, wow.
But when we became friends and met, we were at very similar levels where I didn't understand the ceiling of YouTube, where there is no ceiling at all. Like you can just keep going and going and making more and more and more and more. So I wish in hindsight, obviously, I wish I would have started my own channel back when I was helping him.
Yeah.
Because that was, that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So I would have been doing much better.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
He's got a huge name in the like the auto, industry here in Utah. Like he's the go-to guy for exotics here in Utah. Like when it comes to content.
So it's crazy if you, the perspective, if you think of YouTube as being this new TV substitute, like content, driven media channel or whatever, when you narrow down the genre to really elusive, rare, exotic cars, he's the number one. Yeah. He's the largest channel that deals with exotic cars on YouTube, which is pretty nuts if you think about it that way. Yeah. Because there's some huge channels out there, but when you think about it, just exotics, he's the biggest. Yeah. He played a huge role in me starting my YouTube channel. I saw the benefits. I saw everything he was doing and how not just a monetary value, like a check per month. It was like how many people wanted to be his friend, wanted to be around him, knew of him, and the deals he could like work. You know what I'm saying? So all those benefits and different ways you can monetize it really convinced me to start. Now, it wasn't a huge, I didn't dream of making videos. Like that was never like part of my dream or anything, but it's so important nowadays to have that social media handle, especially trying to build and trying to continue to progress in a career. Yeah. You need that reach.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're trying to sell just your story, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like what you're doing with your life and work and content, there's no other place to do it. Like YouTube is the place. And I talked about this over a year ago with you, and I was like, dude, let's film some properties and let's see what we can get from it, like views or whatever. I want to help build the brand and get some recognition.
Yeah, for sure.
And I started just walking around with a camera in these like model homes and filming them, long video, 30-minute video, right? And I put up 3 videos, and the third video like exploded overnight. And it was a 4th video actually. And I woke up one morning and it was like 65,000 views an hour. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. What the hell? And it was just like climbing. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get paid. I was wrong. You don't get paid immediately, right? But then it came down and it slowly started to stable out. But then at that point, I already hit the 4,000 hour watch hour mark.
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, oh, okay, so how do I get monetized? I want to make some money from this, right? So I've been doing it, and I put up another 14, 15 videos. I got like maybe 17 videos up right now. But I haven't posted a video in 7 months. It's been so long. But here's the funny thing. I'm still getting paid.
Oh yeah.
I'm like today I was telling Alan, like AdSense was like, hey, we need to verify your account. And I'm like, well, I got paid last month. And I checked and I'm like, I make more money this month than I did last month. And I'm like, how the hell is that? I haven't posted in forever, but it's just like it goes up and down.
Depending on the algorithm and what's recommended and stuff like that.
So now I'm like, okay, I know people like to see beautiful eye candy, cars, of course, but houses and stuff like that.
Yeah, luxury. Yeah.
They want to see like nice video footage, HD, good quality audio, stuff like that. And I understood that. So when I started doing it, like I told Alan, hey, I'm going to get monetized quickly. I'm going to get a lot of views from this. But I didn't realize like, hey, I'm going to get deals from this too on properties.
Oh, yeah.
And so like I closed 3 deals already from YouTube. I have another buyer coming out here soon from another state. And I'm just like, dude, like this thing actually makes money, not only from YouTube paying the little bit of money it pays, but from people knowing who I am in real estate, coming out to see me.
Exactly.
And it's like, it's pretty crazy.
So that's what I'm talking about. It's not just the monetary value, which can be amazing at times, but it's that just your personal brand growing and that you can't put a dollar value on because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, and then on top of that, the amount of people you're able to reach, I feel like that's what we talked about as well. Like YouTube, like social media here locally, it's more people that here, in town. But when it comes down to YouTube, it's like you can reach the whole world.
Oh yeah,
he'll have people calling him from different countries and everything.
Yeah, Great Britain,
which is awesome.
If you look up Summit Auto Lab on Google, I think I have like 60 reviews, and I think 3 of them are from customers.
The rest
and like people. Half of them are from India. Just because people watch my YouTube channel and then they're like, oh, 5-star, like he does a great job. That's like a lot of them. And, it's crazy. It's that reach. Yeah, that reach is insane. We have a lot of inquiries in our emails and stuff from people wanting advice on wraps and detail stuff. And then when we go to schedule, I find out they're in Atlanta or they're in Florida or they're in Maine or something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. I can't work on their car at all. But they see my face on YouTube. They begin to trust me. And they consider me a friend, which is a great thing. I don't know who they are, unfortunately. I wish I could know them all, but
that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird too, because you'll get the weirdos that hit you up. I don't know if you do. I get some weird ones. They'll hit me up, and I'll answer the phone when they call, and I'm like, "This is Fernando, UVO Real Estate," and they're like, "Oh my God."
They're like starstruck.
Like, what the hell? Like,
I'm just some guy, man.
Some guy with a little camera. Like, I'm shooting with a GoPro. I mean, holy shit. You know what I mean? But no, it's funny. And then you get the good people who are like, they're really into what I'm doing, and they'll ask questions. And a lot of real estate agents call me, and they're like, "Hey, how'd you get your channel started? You know, how are you getting so much engagement?" And I'm just like, dude, this is what I'm doing. I'll tell them what I do. Hopefully they do it. They're not all going to do it.
It's the ultimate networking.
It really is.
Right now.
It really is. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. And like for business, I mean, you're using it for your business, your company, which is awesome. And I feel like a lot of people still don't. They probably realize it, but they don't understand how easy it is to get into it. We talked about this before. Is a lot of people think you got to have the best camera, the best microphone.
My first video was filmed on my phone at the time.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. But my very, very first video was how to change the oil in a Porsche Cayman. Because I just bought the car and there wasn't a video like that on YouTube. Now there's like a bunch of them. But so mine was the very first one, and I knew people would Google that, how to change the oil. Yeah. So that video, I think right now has like 300,000 views. And I think I make like $8 or $9 on it every month from that one video on my phone.
Just paying you forever.
And I posted that video.
That's a good return, dude.
I know. I posted that video 4.5 years ago or something like that. Yeah. So I think total on that video I've made like $1,000.
Yeah.
And the oil change, cost me $60. So $60 and some time, and dude, and it was not polished at all. Yeah. I had no idea what I was talking about. The video was really long. If I made that video now, it would be like half the time.
Yeah.
And much more entertaining.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show if you want to start posting, I mean, everybody's got a phone.
Yeah. There should be no reason, no excuse not to. No. And then the other thing I was going to ask you about was like, when it comes to the editing, because you guys obviously do really good stuff now with your vlog. Because it's entertaining, right? It keeps you captivated. Who's doing all that for you? Is that something you and your wife kind of learned to do on your own, and you're just editing all your own stuff?
Yeah. So we've been doing the YouTube thing for 2.5 years. I did all the editing up until about a year ago, and then Faith wanted to jump in and do it, and she loves editing. Obviously, it takes some time, and you got to have that window of time to dedicate to it. But she loves being creative and making those cuts, and then filming in a way where the cuts make sense. And she's the reason in the past year our videos have become more entertaining and more watchable because of her.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
she's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to have a partner who can support you in that way, not just like, oh, you go, babe, but like actually put in some work with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, help pick up the workload. Mm-hmm. Because if you're doing, so you have employees, are you doing all the details yourself? How's that work?
So right now we are in the hiring process. Every spring is a nightmare for hiring and training. But right now we have, three full-time guys right now, not including my wife Faith and I. So 5 employees, I guess, running the detailing company. We're trying to hire at least 3 more just for Park City. And then our new shop in Heber, the 10,000, I think we have like 10 positions open.
Wow.
All detailers. We're trying to figure out how to get people into the films, like the paint protection film. Oh, I do have a tint guy. I hired a tint guy.
Nice.
He's been doing tint for a long time. I pay him a lot, but he works for me now.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So I have the employees for the detailing, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get employees for the wrapping, the car wraps, because it's very high risk.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to do some stuff for us. The Lambo.
Yeah.
Can't wait, dude.
Yeah. We're doing some minor things on your Huracan, which is going to be really cool. Yeah. For the podcast, which is going to be fun, and then
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to look good.
Put my face right on the rear window.
Yeah, we can do that.
Put Alan and I both. Me bigger, Alan a little small in the corner.
It's going to look good though. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think we can come up with something nice. And the coolest thing about vinyl is you can leave it on there for a couple months, and then we can switch it up.
Yeah,
switch it up however often you want, really.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. So I do have a question about scaling the business, right? So because we talked about how you started with $500, you hustled, you did your thing. This is an entrepreneur podcast. I want to talk about the journey. Right?
Sure.
So talk
it's
to
hard.
me. Yeah, it is hard. Right? I want to know how hard, right? So talk to me about, you got your clients, you started doing your thing. What were some challenges that you started to face? I know that you're doing mobile, right? When it came to trying to grow your business from a mobile, get the name out that you're a mobile company, did you have to start a website? Did you have to run ads? How were you driving traffic to your business with word of mouth? How did that scale?
I did have to start a website. I did have to do some graphic design. I'm lucky enough that one of my lifetime best friends is my cousin. And we're like the same age, and he's a professional graphic designer. So him and I also connect. Like, I'm really bad at explaining things sometimes, but he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So he helped me a lot at the beginning, designing my little business cards. And he actually he wanted to learn how to do HTML code. So he's like, "I'll build you a website." Sweet, So I lucked out there. But that kind of stuff, I don't think it was a hurdle or anything. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Because you're actually building something from nothing.
Yeah.
So, I had a little business and a little hustle or whatever, and I'd be like, how do I want people to perceive my business over the internet? And I think that's really cool. I got to be creative and design it in a way that I wanted. Like, I could have made it all super bright colors and very loud and flashy, but I decided to go more grayscale and black and white and more elegant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was a more fun thing. It wasn't that difficult.
So when it came to promoting, was it hard for you to ask clients hey, can I take pictures of your car to promote my business? Did you do that?
Yeah, I did do that for a while. So every business is unique and every clientele is different.
Yeah.
So at first I would work a deal where I would bump up a service in exchange for me to take photos of their cars. And then I quickly learned that none of my clients cared at all. So I just started taking photos anyways. So it was just as long as I didn't have anything private in there, whatever, I wasn't showing their license plate or their home address or whatever, nobody would really care. Yeah. And if they did care enough, I would just delete the photo. It's not that big of a deal. So at first I would rock these deals, trying to hustle and make these deals happen. And then I learned I don't really have to do that. Yeah. I just take the photo anyways.
Okay. So I want to talk about that because that's like a mindset thing. It really is. And I have a story about that because what you said makes total sense, and I feel like a lot of people do this where they feel like, you're in the service industry, right? And if you get somebody who brings in a $200,000 or $300,000 car, you would naturally feel like, hey, I need permission to promote my business using their car, right? And that's a genuine, honest, it's kind of a good guy thing. Good guy quality,
totally,
right? you want to ask permission. You don't want to look like a fucking douchebag. Like in the car, like check out my new car. Because a lot of guys do that, right?
Yep. But I know a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, yeah. And they'll stand in front of the car and it's like, is that your car? And they don't respond on social media because they know it's not, you know. But you know, I have a similar thing because I used to do hair. I was in the hair industry for a long time, about 15 years, and I did a lot of celebrity clientele. And I was always really nervous about asking if I could like take their photo.
Oh, sure.
And so I have so many people that I should have took photos with, but I never did. Right. And it came back to bite me in the ass at one point because, long story short, I had a really high, like a very, very like an all-star NBA player that I was doing. I was a personal barber, traveling the country with him, doing his hair and everything.
That's awesome.
And when he left, he got traded to another team. He's like, hey, dude, this new barber, he's not cutting it. He's like, I wish you would have took more photos of my hair so I can show him. And I was like, fuck, I probably should have did that. But, you know, I looked at that like, you know, this is a private thing, you know, I just want to keep it, you know, like, and I feel like a lot of people do that. And it is a mindset thing. It's almost like, hey, I don't want to sit here and look like, and a lot of businesses do that they're almost scared to promote their business, you know, and it's like, again, it's a mindset thing where they feel like, oh, I don't want to come off like a douchebag or come off like I'm showing off, right? When in reality, you're promoting your business. You know?
It's a learning curve.
It really is,
Everything with business, especially your first business, everything's so uncomfortable. Like the first time you go up to a client's door or whatever to get their car, it's super uncomfortable. So it's kind of that same thing. I had to learn. So my first guess on how to get photos of a client's car was to strike a deal with them. Then I learned after doing that a couple times that I didn't actually have to do that. So pretty much every day has just been a learning curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now you're up there in Park City. You live there now?
Yeah.
Did you buy a house up there, condo?
I wish I bought a house in Park City. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Where the hell do you keep your cars at?
Yeah. So this is really unique. So
you're such a fucking car guy, huh? Dude's renting a room, driving a Porsche.
Yeah. And it's still going. So when I was a kid, my dream was to have a warehouse space that I could call like my whatever, just do whatever I wanted in there and then live in a loft or something, like illegally or whatever. Yeah. I was able to, through one of my clients, and he's a really good friend now and future business partner, we've been trying to get into business together. But he came up to me one day after I'd finished his car and he's like, hey, I just bought all these warehouse spaces across town. I want you to be there because I'm storing my cars there as well. And it was a really unique building because the first level is commercial and then the third level is residential.
Oh, nice.
So I live at my shop.
Oh,
this was a childhood dream come true. And I'm learning now there's lots of pros and cons to doing that because you never really get to leave work.
Yeah.
But you get a lot done. So yeah, right now I live above my wrap shop, which is awesome.
That's pretty dope.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Remember that property we looked at like 2 years ago?
Which one?
The one in West Jordan by the airport. It was some Bosnian lady lived there. It was such a badass commercial spot.
Like a container type-ish.
Yeah, so this lady put
sick.
like these containers inside of this commercial space. It was probably like a 6,000, not about 5,000 square foot warehouse. And she stacked them and she built like a super nice like
that
kitchen.
Looked cool.
Like, it was so dope.
Really
and it was
cool.
Like, and so I wanted to purchase a building. It was for another company that I had.
Yeah.
And turns out I wasn't able to. but I was gonna live there.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the reasons why I wasn't able to is because my wife was like, I'm not gonna live in a fucking warehouse with you with our kids, you know?
It's a guy thing. Like, I'll live in a warehouse. Thing. Yeah, it's awesome.
My mom and I talked today and she's like, you know, because I'm looking for a new house, and mom and I were talking today and she's like, well, what are you going to do? Because the houses are so expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to buy a warehouse.
Yep.
And I'm just going to fucking put a house in there. You know what I mean? I'm always doing crazy shit anyways. Like,
yeah.
I'll probably have a massive studio. Like, I'd probably build a bunch of shit in there, you know? But I had a building, a commercial space, and it's in West Valley. And, dude, I turned this, like, massive hallway into, like, a badass, like, hair school.
Oh, it's sick.
And we put like this huge cyclorama. You can fit like cars in there and take photos.
Nice.
It's nuts, dude. But I just love building, you know. And I'm like, dude, if I had a warehouse, I could just do whatever the hell I want.
You got space to do stuff.
Yeah. So no, that's definitely a dream I think a lot of guys have. Whether or not their wife will let them do that is another question.
That's where I got lucky. Where my wife loves cars and she even works on them with me. So I lucked out there. But you asked where I store my cars. So I have. I think it's 7 vehicles right now. 2 are work vans. So I have, let me just go through the list.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I have the daily driver. So I personally drive a 1996 Ford F-350 crew cab long bed farm truck.
Nice.
And I've been stockpiling parts to build like a a show truck out of it.
That's a 350, so it's a diesel.
Yeah, so it's got the 7.3
Are you one of those
power stroke.
annoying ass guys that like punch it at the light and blow the smoke all over the cars?
No, I'm the annoying truck that can't even accelerate. Okay. It's so slow. So I'm in the slow lane getting passed by everyone.
Nice.
For now.
Yeah.
But in the future, it will be much faster. And it's called rolling coal, where the big cloud. Yeah. So it will do that. I won't do it all the time, but it will do it eventually. And I'm getting a lift for it and big tires and everything. So that's my car. Faith, my wife, she drives a 2014 Range Rover, full-size Range Rover, the supercharged V8.
Nice.
That thing is so sick. I love that car.
Yeah.
It's got like 510 horsepower or something. It's
Shit.
awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
I love the Range, man.
Yeah, it's so sick. I like it a lot more than I thought I did, or thought I would. So we got those two. I have a 2008 Porsche Cayman S. That is my show car. So it's a... you saw it on Sunday.
Yeah,
so
I've seen it. It's pretty
sick.
dope.
Yeah,
the wide body on it.
Yeah, so I have a
right?
Pandem wide body kit from Japan. I got custom multi-piece wheels, air suspension, all that. It's a work in progress. I'm about half done with it. Everything left on it is all custom stuff, which takes a lot of like creativity and brain power, which is all going into my businesses right now. So that's why it's on the back burner. Let's see. Oh, and I have a 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo. That's the E-gear transmission, the semi-automatic, like paddle shifters.
Yeah.
Early version of what's in the Huracan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yours has 2 clutches, mine has 1, so it's a little bit more harsh. But that one I just picked up in November, and it's awesome. I love it.
Dude,
I
it's sick.
miss the 430. I miss the Ferrari, but I like being a Lambo owner more.
Dude, that thing I feel like is like the 430. It's such a timeless vehicle.
Oh, the 430?
It looks perfect forever.
I love it.
Like even the older ones, like I was looking at those for a while. I was looking at like the 2005, 2006. You can pick them up for like 70, 80 grand, you know?
Well, not right now. But yeah, you could.
A
year ago,
up
you could.
Okay. Yeah. When
now,
I was looking there about
good
that
luck
price.
finding one under 100 now.
Yeah, wow.
They're bumped up. Yeah.
Dude, they look so good, man.
Right?
Like I'm just like that car looks like it could be a 2018, 2017. They just look, they're timeless.
Yeah.
You know, they look beautiful. So talk to me about how the hell you got there. I mean, because these cars are not cheap.
No.
The detailing business, did that afford you those vehicles, or was it from the YouTube channel? Was it a mixture of both?
It's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
So like I said earlier, I like to kill 2 birds, if not 3 or 4 or 5, with one stone. And that's what the YouTube channel is giving me leverage to make these decisions easier to make. So, you know, obviously having an exotic car builds my credibility for my detailing business. I'm able to showcase my work, yada, 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 all that. Another reason I'm able to get those cars that makes more financial sense is because anything I do with the car, I can film a video and make money on that. And I can work on different sponsorship deals and stuff like that. So without the YouTube channel, I probably would not have the Ferrari or the Lamborghini.
Wow.
I'm not saying that YouTube pays for it 100%.
Yeah.
It's kind of split responsibility between all the companies.
Yeah.
But it's why I'm able to justify buying it. Because when you get in that mindset of growing a business, everything needs to be justified.
Yep.
You can't just like go.
I justified my purchase too.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's doing its job.
you can't just like pull mental mind tricks and justify it for no reason. You got to have like actual fiscal like reasons to justify it, and you'll be amazed. It gets your creative blood pumping. You're able to make connections and ways to make things financially more viable. But yeah, the YouTube is like why I have the cars.
Yeah. So you guys are at 150,000 plus subscribers right now, correct?
Yeah, I think we're at like 149,
Wow.
800 or something.
Okay, so you're right
150.
there. So you're right there. So when you started, talk to me about the progression of the channel. Like I mentioned I put like 4 videos up and it's like boom, right? And I tried it with the
usually
YouTube
doesn't
channel.
happen like that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't because I was thinking it was going to be the same way with the podcast, and it's not. We're at like 100 subscribers, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I think I was 105, right?
Yeah.
I was 105.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, what the hell? Like it's good content, but no one knows who the hell we are. And that's the thing.
It's hard.
It's going to take some time, right? We're doing pretty good on iTunes and Podcaster and all the other like the audio ones, like Spotify. We're getting pretty good downloads per day. And it's all over the world. We're getting some downloads.
Sweet.
But the visual stuff on YouTube, I knew this was going to be a part of it. Was just people learning who we are before we start like really growing the channel. And I'm totally fine with that. But I'm curious to know how yours started because you were doing the vlogs at first.
Yeah, so I went through probably 4 different channel changes over the course of me doing YouTube. So right at first, I figured my business strategy with the YouTube, because it is a business, my business strategy was to do more mechanical type videos. Okay. So that's why my first video was how to do an oil change. Then the next one was how to change the spark plugs, stuff like that. And I knew that those would do good off the bat because people would Google them. Yeah. You'd search on Google and then my video would pop up. So that's how I would gain some traction. That was my first initial business model. After about 4 videos, I realized I'd run out of things to do on the car and money. Yeah. You can't just keep replacing things for no reason. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, shoot. Now what do I do? Yeah. So I went through. I stopped filming for a while, and then I was like, all right, I got to revamp this. So I started doing like my vinyl wraps is when I started to film again. And I was like, oh, I want to be a rap channel, and I'll film like cool montages of me vinyl wrapping the cars and then the finished result. I did like 3 or 4 videos of that and realized there's so many videos like that nobody cares. Yeah. Like they care about the end result, but it's not enough to become a fan of you. It's not enough to subscribe. They just want to like, okay, cool, you wrap this car like green or whatever. So I did a couple of videos like that, learned that that's not really going to work. And then my buddy James convinced me. He's like, dude, just vlog everything you do. That way all the doors stay open. You're not so localized on one genre. So I started doing the vlogs. And if you guys want some examples of progression, you can go watch some of my early videos. They're terrible. And each and every video is a learning experience, and you practice how to make each one better by that little change. And then over the course of a couple of years, you'll be amazed on how much better they are.
So you kept the same channel though, right? You just kind of changed up the content?
I changed the name a couple times. Okay. Actually.
Did you lose subscribers when you did that, or use views? No? I was thinking, should we switch mine? Remember how I talked about that? Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, let's grow this one up, and then we start shooting the reality show. We'll just put it on there and switch it.
You can switch it. There's some criteria on YouTube, like you can only change the name 2 times, or at a certain point you can't. I don't know the criteria, but I changed my name 2 times. Mm. So at first it was called the Cayman Garage because I was working on my Cayman, and then I realized like, oh, if I ever sell this car, then the channel doesn't make sense. Yeah. Then I switched to Summit Auto Lab because that was my rap business, and I was trying to promote that business. And then I learned that I didn't want to do rap videos. But then everybody started to get to know me through my buddy's YouTube channel because I'd always wrap his cars, hanging out with him. They always just knew me as Summit, like Summit Detailing, Summit Lab. So that's when I changed it to Summit Life. So it incorporates just whatever we do. Yeah. It seems to be doing all right.
Yeah. No, it totally is. No, I see it. You get a lot of engagement, which is good.
Yeah, a lot of positive support.
Yeah, you mentioned that you haven't posted in a while. So how frequently are you posting? When you are posting?
Yeah, I feel so guilty, man, with this new merger and the new location and just the stress of running a business for so long. YouTube, unfortunately, has been kind of put on the back burner recently. We should be posting like two solid videos, maybe 3 if it's a good week right now. But right now we're posting 1 a month.
So that's better than me. I did my last one in 7 months ago.
Yeah, so it's I'm trying really hard not to let it die too much, but it's definitely stagnant right now. Yeah. Like we're not growing at all, but we're also not going down. So and I think it's because most of our followers are very positive and very supportive. So yeah.
You know, it's interesting. So one of my buddies, he's a big podcaster. He's got, I think it's they're in the top 10 right now for nutrition podcasts. It's Key Nutrition Podcast. Is Brad Jensen. Really sweet, really good dude. The dude's very, very good, very, very consistent with posting podcasts. But he hasn't got into the whole like YouTube space. He's been doing it all on like iTunes and Spotify. Oh, sure. He did a couple for YouTube and then it went away, and he's like, it's just too hard, right? Until he got some support. And so now he's trying to get back into it. But we were talking about it, and I was like, why do you love, and it's when he was getting to YouTube. I was like, why do you love YouTube and not like pushing it on Facebook or like, Instagram? Why are you focusing there? And he's like, dude, here's the thing about YouTube. He's like, I actually have a guy. He's a social media coach. And he like kind of guides him on how to post and stuff.
Interesting.
And it's helped him his Instagram blew up the way he posts now. Yeah. And he's like, dude, YouTube is cool. He's like, but the one thing about YouTube is it's the most savage platform.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, why? Tell me why before I get into it. He's like, well, if you have a fragile ego, it's not for you because it's the only one with a dislike button. Yep. And I'm like, oh yeah, it does. It has a dislike button. I didn't realize that, right? So when I started posting, and again, people are fucking crazy.
Dude,
right?
people are brutal.
People are nuts. I'm getting like death
there's
threats,
there's no repercussion.
I know, he showed me before.
It's crazy. There's no repercussion to any comment. It's this really weird psychological thing.
Yeah.
Because you can just type whatever, hit send, and never think about it again.
Yeah.
But yet it's a personal attack on whoever. Yeah. So it's just really weird.
I learned that. And I'm getting people who are like, hey, you're going too fast, slow down. And then the next content's like, oh my God, you're going too slow, speed up. And I'm like, I can't fucking win with these people.
You suck.
Yeah. And then one person's like, oh my God, I fucking hate you. And it's like a whole page. And I'm like, I filmed a home. Like, what am I doing that's like making you so angry, you know? But then I realized, like, dude, this doesn't affect me. I don't have fragile ego at all. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever. But this is part of the game. And I realized that a lot of people who do YouTube, like some of them get really offended by the comments.
Sure.
And I'm just like, you can't do that. You got to just let it slide. You know?
Yeah, if you get affected like that, just don't even read the comments.
Yeah.
Don't turn them off. That affects your the
algorithm.
The algorithm. Yeah. But leave them on. Just don't read them.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I go through it. It's so fun. Like
I liked him.
I love going through
I
them.
sift through the comments. Yeah. I had one comment one time. I don't know why this dude. It was a big rant about how much I'm the worst person and everything I did in the video was like so bad and this is why, and like not really threatening, but like just so insulting. And I screenshotted it before I deleted it. I never delete comments, but this one was just like so out there.
Yeah, I've only deleted like 2. Yeah.
It was 3 full screenshots. That's how long it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was all one sentence as well. But the great part about those negative comments is they watched your video too.
Exactly. You still get paid.
You still make money.
You still get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other funny thing is, like, I'll go on there and it'll be a terrible comment, and I'll be like, "Thanks for engaging," because I'm just adding more content to the comments.
Every once in a while, you'll see like somebody's on a kick where they just do not like you.
Yeah.
And for like 10 videos in a row, they'll just post like a comment, like the same comment or whatever, and it's like, they're like an awesome fan. They watch every video, you know? So it's like, hater.
Yeah. No, it's cool. You know, I love it. And when I was doing it consistently, I was like, hey, you know, I want to see if I can ask questions like 10, 15 minutes through the video and see if I get people to answer. Because I want to know how long they're actually watching. Because you can see like the time, right? How long
you can see in the back end kind of when they drop.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I would ask questions about like banisters or railings and stuff like that. And I would get answers. And I'm like, damn, these people are watching like 25 minutes worth of my video. And I'm like, that's crazy. I don't have that much time.
And they pick that one question to answer too, which is strange. Like, why'd they answer that one? You know?
Yeah, dude, it's cool. So you get a lot of fans that way. You know what I mean? And you can be a nobody and start a channel, and people start to know who you are.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool. And so, like I said, I get crazy comments. I actually get people message me. Like I get some. Remember that one I showed you at night?
Oh yeah.
I got this lady like offering to give me like a sexual
a blank job.
Yeah, a blank job. And I'm like, what? And so the next day I was like, let's call the number and mess with them. And they text me from a bullshit like text app where you can put a fake number.
There's someone messing with it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, look at this shit. People are so funny, man. Like, it's so crazy.
The internet's a crazy place.
Yeah, it's a crazy place. But it definitely is not for people with fragile egos.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, if they can't handle the negative comments, don't post. You know,
because you're really putting your life on the internet.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Especially with the vlog stuff, man. And when you said 2 and 3 videos per week, I'm like, that's a lot, dude. That's a full-time job.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to stack my businesses so that like, you know, if I'm posting 2 to 3 videos a week, 1 or 2 of them will be about what I'm working on day to day. So that way it's not really taking the day off and doing full YouTube. It's kind of like you're mixing the day between the two.
Yeah.
But at my level of busyness, I'm not even able to do that.
Yeah,
it's just so nuts.
But that's so cool that you have your wife to support you.
Yeah,
and that she's able to do the editing because that's why we hired our guy Daniel. You know, and I was like, dude, we got to get a video editor, and then they can follow us around all day. And he's been really good at it. We've been having doing a lot of like side projects because he can do websites and stuff. He's been helping us build our business in the back end.
Oh, nice.
But we need to start getting him back on the vlog stuff because he hasn't put one up for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think we have like 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6 up right now.
And I think we're gonna start filming more in about a week or 2 here.
Yeah, so
we're moving locations next week.
Yeah,
roughly?
we just took a badass office space, man. Like we got lucky, fully furnished.
Oh my
like
God.
fucking amazing, bro. Yeah, we scored heavy. Super high end too. Like everything is really nice. And so I'm like, dude, we got to film the move into the office. So we also got to kind of turn this vlog stuff into like a little reality show.
Oh, totally.
You know, and like just gather as much content as possible, and then just build it up like a really long vlog. You know, call it a reality show. You know what I mean? So we're gonna start filming that way, and even like if we're not getting clients from it, you know, our business in real estate right now is we're recruiting agents. and I feel like it's just given us credibility, you know, because not a lot of people are doing that, you know. Like I see, obviously, people do videos on detailing. Like they're pretty cool. They're like promoting a product. Like, oh,
yeah, for sure.
Look at it. They'll put the tape down. They'll polish one side, show the other. But I'm not seeing them do a lot of vlogging.
Yeah,
and that's where I feel like you're winning because it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. So that's the cool thing about YouTube. You can literally do anything. Like tomorrow, I could switch my channel up to being just product comparisons. I don't think that would do any better than what I'm already doing, so I'm not going to. Yeah. But you can do literally whatever, and that's my biggest advice. A lot of kids ask me like, I'm starting a YouTube channel. What's your advice? Which is such a huge question. Yeah. But I usually say just commit to it like it was the business. So make business decisions based on your content, and then produce high quality, unique content. Don't copy someone else. Yeah. Like if you go online, you see a popular vlogger and they do a product comparison between two products. And you're like, oh, that video is great. I can do that. And you do the exact same video. Why would anyone watch yours over this other guy's? Yeah. It's the same video, So just that's another one of my pieces of advice is every single person's unique. Like you're totally different than me. You have different hobbies, different talents, and different interests, and also different ideas. Like you can take a business that I don't think would succeed, and you could make it succeed. So that's what I tell people is just you're you, so do you on YouTube. Do what you want to film. Try not to copy somebody else because then it's just water under the bridge, really. Yeah. I mean, why would anybody watch it if it's copying someone else? Yeah. So be unique and be consistent and treat it like a business, not as like I'm a vlogger now, so my life is so great. Because that's not what it is. Yeah. It's a business. Yeah.
And you got to show the real life stuff in there too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just be like, everything is so perfect. You know what I mean? I see people do that, and I'm just like, dude, that looks so fake. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you got to be real. And that's what we've put a lot of effort in, is to be really relatable and very honest and like, I guess relatable is what I'm going for on the YouTube channel. We try not to be fake at all. The fakest, I guess we are, is sometimes we're like exaggerate things, but it's not really lying. Like you can say like, oh, this exhaust is like so loud, it's way louder than this other thing, but like it might not be louder than that. That's really the extent of our exaggeration. So it's not really a big deal. It's not lying at all, and you got to be in, because people can pick up on that. If I went to my client's house and was like, oh, I just bought this brand new Lamborghini, or one of my clients just got a brand new Ferrari. If I walked over there and was like, hey, I just got this brand new Ferrari, like I just took delivery of it, they would know that's like out of nowhere, and that car price isn't, I can't just make that jump overnight. So they know I'm lying. Yeah. And people see through that, and then they don't like you anymore.
Yeah. No, totally. So what is your reach right now? Like, is your audience all over the world right now? Are you getting views everywhere?
Yeah. Let me look up the algorithm or the back end here. So most of my my main audience is in the U.S. And the age group is, I think it's like 18 to 24 is the.
Oh, dude, that's pretty young. Yeah.
Let's see.
Mine is like 24 to like 50.
Yeah, let's see. So my audience is 91% male. Yeah. Which is actually pretty good for an automotive channel. Most of them are closer to like 95 to 98% male. My highest age group for audience is 18 to 24 at 25.8%. And then 25.6% is 25 through 34. So it's a pretty good chunk of, 18 to 34 is my main thing. 47% of my audience is in the U.S. The next one is 7.3% in the UK.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I haven't looked at this in a while, so it's pretty cool. Then my number 3rd audience is India.
Oh, nice.
At 5.9%. That's pretty crazy.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's where you're getting all those Indian reviews.
Yeah, and then you got Canada, the Philippines. Let's see. We got the Philippines, South Africa. I get a lot of comments from South Africa, actually. Pakistan. We got Malaysia. It's crazy. Trinidad. 0.6% of my audience is in Trinidad.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love going through my analytics, man. I go through them and I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. Like my audience is 50% men, 50% women. It's like right down the middle.
Sick.
That's because it's houses, interior design, stuff like that.
That's where you want to be. Your audience is right off the bat, just from that demographic, is like gonna do better than my channel. That's for sure. Yeah,
dude. I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, one of my videos just hit over 1 million views, and I'm like, and you were talking about that car oil change video. You're making like $8 a month off of that one. That video paid me over the course of my channel almost $10K already.
Crazy,
just
right?
that one video. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, right? Like, that's pretty damn good.
So, yeah, to put it in perspective, my buddy, the Stradman, I mean, he posts like 4 to 5 videos a month right now. He's taking it pretty mellow.
Yeah.
But each one minimum 1 million views.
Yeah. Oh, dude, his channel's nuts. I actually commented, it's pretty funny, on a video I messaged him to on Instagram like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
You messaged him?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I didn't get a response back because I kind of insulted him on accident.
Oh.
He took his hat off and I saw his hair, and I was doing hair back in the day. And I was like, dude, your hair looks like shit, bro. Come to my shop. You know what I mean? I hit him with some stuff like that, you know, as a joke.
Sure.
Never got a response.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. But no, I knew even back then because I loved cars my whole life, and I followed his channel even back then, and I was like, dude, this guy is the shit. Like, he's in Utah. He's driving these badass cars, and I think he's probably one of the only guys with a Bugatti here in Utah.
Yeah,
right?
so there's 2 Bugattis in Utah.
Yeah.
He's got the Veyron, and then Post Malone has the Chiron.
Oh, okay.
And that's it, yeah.
Yeah. Those cars are hard to come by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially here in Utah, man.
Yeah, there's only 2. So, it's crazy. And just in general, I'm going to botch these numbers, but I think Bugatti only made like a couple hundred of the Veyrons.
Wow.
So, I mean, like worldwide, they're still not very common.
Yeah. So did you wrap his? Are you doing all the purple? You're doing all the purple wraps?
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh.
Yeah, so we wrapped his Bugatti, which is nuts. So we're the only shop in Utah history that's wrapped a Bugatti.
Sick.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
That's pretty dope.
It's such a unique thing. I mean, like you can pick a lot of different things to be the only one, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, that's badass, dude. So you do all of them though? You're the one doing all of them?
Yeah. So for James, the Stradman, I'm pretty much his wrap guy, and that's just because we've been friends, and I'll make sure I take care of it for him. And there's a lot of wrap shops now too that try to get him to join or to have them wrap his cars, and he just doesn't know them, and he doesn't know. It's that honesty, you know what I mean? So like he knows that when he drops it off at my shop, I'll be straight up with him if something goes wrong, or timeline, or price, or anything like that. It's all just super straightforward and
that's
easy.
cool, man. That's cool. He's got a pretty cool entrepreneur story. You know, I've seen him share a little bit of his story on his channel, and I'm like, that's pretty badass. Man.
Yeah. So like I said, when I met him, he was a full-time accountant. And he's like, oh, I'm an accountant just at this place right over here. And then on my days off, I rack up days off, and I go down to Beverly Hills, and I take photos and videos of cars. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's like, yeah, like I go try to find cool ones. And I was like, sweet. Well, let me know next time you need help, because I can hold a camera, you know, because it's always been natural. I can like take photos and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, back then he introduced himself as an accountant, not a YouTuber, because a YouTuber wasn't a thing back then, you know. And I think he had like 15,000 subscribers or something. And he had a couple of videos take off. So he knew the potential of it back then, before obviously I knew. But yeah, I mean, he was super humble. He still is very humble. As humble as you can be, being like, you know, a huge YouTuber. But no, compared to the other YouTubers, he's extremely humble and very down to earth, and very kind and friendly. But yeah, I mean, to build his YouTube channel, he's told this story a bunch, but he lived in his Audi TT for a while because he quit his job and was like, I'm going to make YouTube work. So he moved to Beverly Hills and lived in his car. And he quickly learned that jumping in like that, you can learn a lot, but at the same time, it doesn't equal success. Yeah. So he then realized that he's not going to make enough to survive. So he got another job as an accountant and kept growing it for a while. And then he got laid off of the accountant job and then went back to YouTube full time. And he made it work. Yeah. It worked pretty good.
Yeah, that's badass, man. So do you have any other purchases that you want to make with your businesses? Are you trying to get another car here pretty soon? Are you satisfied with
I'm always in the market. Yeah, I'm always in the market. I got a long list of cars. I'd say this is a sneak peek too. I haven't really told anybody this, but probably this year there's going to be 3 purchases. I think we're going to keep everything that we have. I'm going to finish the builds and keep working on them. But we're kind of in the market for a side-by-side, a RZR, which would be a little bit more different. I think the RZRs are so much fun. I've taken them, in the sand dunes. Some of my buddies have them. Taking them to the sand dunes, take them up in the trails in the mountains here. And I have just as much fun with those as I do with like a pack of 20 exotics ripping up I-15 here. Yeah. But that you can go to jail for. But riding a RZR, you don't really go to jail for. So those are really cool. I'm going to be looking for a RZR. I think I'm going to build a JDM car, nice. A Japanese car. And I'm leaning towards a car that's kind of underrated, only because most of them you see are super clapped out and like beat up. But a second generation Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Oh,
kind of the bubblier
that was one.
one.
Of my first car. That was one of my first cars. Yeah. So I didn't have the second. I had the first gen.
Oh, the first
we
gen.
went with the Eagle Talon.
Yeah.
The TSI.
Yep.
Dude, I love that car. So fast. Like,
Yeah.
just by itself with a little turbo on there. Like, dude, that thing just fucking flew.
They're
man.
cool. They're
Yeah.
underrated. So the
Yeah.
first gens are pretty popular. They have a really cool cult following to them. I've always wanted a second gen, the 99, 2000, 98 or whatever. And I want the GSX, which is the all-wheel drive. They're so hard to find. I think in the last 6 months, I've been looking to buy one if it's the right deal. I think 2 have been for sale in Utah in 6 months.
Yeah, those cars are awesome. No, I actually love DSMs, dude. I love them, right? And like I said, we were totally into it back in the day. My brother had a bunch of Eclipses and GSXs and stuff like that. And dude, this I think for me, the front end is still, to me, one of the most beautiful cars.
It looks so
with
good.
the
You know
front
what we're
mount.
talking about?
Alan,
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah.
The front end looks so good. The back end it could be a lot better, but it's not bad at the same
But the
time.
front end with the front mount, I feel like is just that's it.
Yeah.
You know, especially for a kid, like we were like 17, 18, we had those cars.
Yeah. Better yet, when you're 30, you can put money into it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
My goal
Those
for that
things
one
fly,
is
man.
My goal for that one is at least 500 wheel.
Yeah.
Is my goal
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
one. I'm
Those things fly.
trying to find a photo for you.
I always thought of the second gen as a girl's car I was put out there right now.
A girl car?
I don't know why.
Oh man.
No, you know what? The third gen was definitely a girl's car.
Oh yeah.
They destroyed that.
Oh, okay.
Remember those cars?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny
This
thing
a
is,
white one.
actually, as a young kid, I think I remember. I think Otto was my brother's old girlfriend. Used to actually drive one.
There we go. Told you.
Her name was Brandy.
Yeah.
She used to actually drive it, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
Dude,
they're badass.
one of my
a young
buddies
kid,
in high
and I'm-
school had one. I was so jealous.
Dude, I was like, oh my gosh, the windows come down, and it doesn't have the little, what do you call it? You know how you have
It was a coupe.
It was a coupe.
Yeah, so the glass is
So the
exposed
glass
on
is
top. Yeah.
exposed, and I'm like, man,
So cool.
when I grow up and I'm able to afford a car, I'm like, I'm gonna get a cool car with like that. And then eventually I got me a bright orange 350Z,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Sick.
which I loved it.
Was that launch orange? That like autumn orange?
the stock orange it comes
Yeah,
in.
that really deep metallic orange.
Yeah.
That's the color's
So-
so good looking. Yeah.
I didn't want it originally, I'll be honest with
That
you.
color's so good looking.
I wanted originally like a black one or a different color, but then my buddy called me that had a dealership, Ali,
Yeah.
and he was at the auction. He's like, "Hey, there's one right here if you want it." And I'm like, "All right, cool, I'll buy it." And then I go over there to buy it. I'm like, "The fuck, it's orange?" He's like, "Yeah, you want it?" I'm like, "All right, let's do it."
Yeah.
I was like, what, 17, 18? Loved it.
Yeah. It's
That
hard
was-
to find those orange ones now.
Dude, that was like one of the funniest cars ever.
They're so sick.
Like, bar none. And the cool
Yeah.
thing is, I loved it because it was a two-seater, which is cool because you and I both know back in the day when you're going out, you're partying,
yeah.
everybody's trying to get a ride with you. Hey, drop me off at home. There was no Uber or anything like that. And I loved it because I go out, me and my buddy or me and my girl, and I don't have to worry about taking anybody home.
Nope. Nope.
I
You
loved
can't.
it.
Sorry, I can't. Yeah.
I would, but
Yeah.
can't.
So, yeah, I love the 350s and 370s.
Yeah.
Just on YouTube and stuff, a lot of YouTubers have built those cars.
Yeah.
Not very many. I think there's probably 5 or 6 maybe that have those Eclipses.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm leaning towards that. It's a little bit more unique, JDM market, different for my channel. An actual engine build, I'd build the whole engine and turbo it. I mean the Range Rover is supercharged, but I don't have any. Well, I guess my truck has a turbo, but you know what I mean, like a tuner car. I'm also in the market for a classic car. I'm thinking I'm going to buy a 65 Mustang this year, which is going to be really fun.
Fastback?
I wish I could afford a fastback.
Yeah.
It was like $40,000.
Yeah.
I would love to get a fastback, and that would be my top choice if I can find the right deal. But most likely it'll be a coupe.
I have a buddy right now who has one, and it's been a project car forever, and they haven't done anything with it.
I'll buy it.
Let me ask him.
Yeah.
Let me ask him.
Yeah,
I'll put you
sure.
in touch with him. Yeah. Yeah. So one of my friends, they bought it as like a family, like they're gonna like remodel it,
Yeah.
and they haven't done anything with it. It's been just chilling.
Does that have a motor in it or no?
I don't know yet.
Hopefully not. You
Last
get a
time I
better
saw
deal
it,
that
it was the body, it was a shell, and I think it was primered. But let me run it by him and see.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if they don't have any plans or whatever, you know, I'm in the market, and like I say, I'm in the market. It's mainly just like if the right deal happens, and you know, I meet someone who has the car or whatever, then yeah, I'll get it. I'm not actively like online, like looking at them every day,
Yeah.
because it is what it is.
Well, you have that shop, so you can store the cars there.
Exactly, I got 10,000 square feet. Yeah.
Dude, that's cool. So did you guys lock the building up already?
What do you mean?
Did you guys already take possession of the building?
Oh yeah. So it's split up into 2 units. So we have like 4,200 square feet on one side and then 6,000 on the other. the 4200 we've had for 2 months now, and it's been all like renovation planning and that kind of stuff. The new one, we put the deposit down on it. We technically haven't signed a lease, but we put all the money down at the beginning of this month.
Nice.
But the current or the previous tenants still haven't moved all their junk out.
Okay.
And we need to be in that unit in 8 days.
Oh, wow.
So we got a lot to do. We got to rip walls out. We got to paint, and it's gonna be nuts.
That's always the funnest part. I feel like, you know, Alan and I we're always trying to build and you know, take on new projects when it comes to our business, and taking this one on is gonna be pretty cool because we're actually building a full like broadcasting studio. We're gonna build it out to look like a news station, like a network.
Oh, sure.
And we're gonna switch up the podcast. We have some drawings that I was bullshitting with, but I'm gonna build the whole set and you know, make everything look nice. And we're actually taking a deal with a TV network. And we're going to be doing a segment on every week, real estate market update, stuff like that. So you'll be seeing us.
It's going to be fun
on
dude.
YouTube, on Spotify, on iTunes, on the TV. Like we're going to be everywhere. You know.
So like I said, being unique. I mean, that's pretty unique. I couldn't think of any other people on YouTube that are doing that. So, do it.
Yeah, and we'll vlog the whole thing and most likely try to turn it into a reality show, you know.
Do it.
Yeah, super cool. But dude, I'm so happy we met you.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I'm so happy we met you. Thank you for coming on, bro. Like, let's give you a plug for your business. So right now, your YouTube channel, it's Summit Life.
Yep.
What's the Instagram?
It's for my YouTube channel?
Not the Instagram. Your Instagram for
so I don't have an Instagram for my YouTube channel. It's
just
crazy,
for your
right?
business.
Summit Auto Lab.
Summit Auto, so at Summit Auto Lab.
Yep.
And then your Facebook, same thing?
It's just, Summit Auto Lab, Summit Auto Detailing, and then, I have my personal Instagram too, which is Clayton 2_Stark.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool, man. Well, dude, thanks for coming on.
So
I got to see the cars. When's the next car show? When's the next car meet?
Like every week, I feel like.
Dude, there's going to be so many.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know the next one I'm going to go to, but I'll let you know.
I want to see the wide body Porsche Cayman.
Yeah,
I got to see that car, man. Yeah, because I see them and they're just so small. And I know that when I saw yours on your YouTube channel, I was just like, that thing looks so fucking sick.
It's got so much more presence.
Yeah.
I say a stock Cayman. I think they look really good, but they are a little bit feminine in the design, which it's fine, whatever. But this just has so much more character. Yeah. It's a completely different car.
Yeah. Well, dude, I want to check it out. Yeah. Dude, thank you for coming on today. I know that Alan, he ate like some salad and almost died. This fucking guy and his allergies. Like, once you get to know him more, you'll find out he can't have anything. I swear. Like,
we talked about that.
Yeah. I ate something earlier today and it kind of fucked with me. I'm like, Fernando, I don't know if I'll be able to do the podcast.
Yeah, I'm like, no, bro.
Right. I'm like, I'm feeling a little disoriented, a little foggy right now.
Jeez.
But we'll be good.
No, that's pretty cool, man. Dude, thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks, Alan. Of course. We'll see you guys in the next one.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war.